So, today I've been asked to review The Dames of Asstoria. Asstoria, I know we discussed it in your DMs, but that's a funny name, dude. But, yeah, so I was approached to review this book. I read through it, and it actually is quite surprising. It is a little bit different. Not only is it a Monster Girl game manual with the best kind of Monster Girl dead front and center, as things should be. But I think he said this is their first project by Dead Tree Studios, and their art is extremely cute. And yeah, so we're going to scroll through this. I got permission to scroll through it, and yeah, we're going to do a quick little review, little overstance here. So here's their page here. Now this PDF is hyperlinked, so that's already something that they got going for them right now. I love hyperlinking PDFs, and mine will also hopefully have hyperlinking in it because it's just easier to find things. I gotta find face skills. Click, you're there. It's very nice. Scrolly. Their setup for their compendium here is a bit odd. It'll probably look better and be a lot less pages at double column, but everyone does things their own way. So, the introduction. In Dames of Asstoria tabletop role-playing game, you are a demifauna, a female born with the features of a particular animal and sworn to undertaking dangerous quests in the fantasy setting of the previously mentioned Asstoria in the name of the Adventurers Guild to gain renown in order to become a dame, a heroine so famous or infamous that even the human kings cannot deny your accomplishments. So real quick, boys, you guys have huge sentences. Break them up with periods. In order to bring honor and political power for your people or just for your self-interest, you will explore lost wilds, fight desperate battles between man, nature, and beast alike, forge bonds with your team, because in a world that despises your existence, you'll need all the allies you can get, and discover harsh secrets of this broken land. To play Dames of Asstoria, you create your character, make some decisions about the world you inhabit, and set the story in motion. When you encounter something dangerous or uncertain, your choices in the dice determine the outcome. So, game for 2 to 6 players, full set of dice. Now, what's cool is that they use a D10 system that I think is pretty fucking neat, actually. So, mechanics and role playing, the setting, what you need to know. I love the fact they had something called the Mimic Wars. I thought that was pretty cool when I read about it. Basically, all the mimics and shit like bound together to wage war. I thought that was pretty interesting. Let's see, it should be in here somewhere. Where is it? I'll probably scroll through it a little bit. Here's their map. Very interesting archipelago map going on here. Lots of little islands. They got the page for the geo. So basically, this is all contained game book. They got a bestiary. You know, all the shit. They have all the stuff all in one book. You got your kingdoms. I like the Harpy homeland Tapiti. So there's actually a Harpy island going on here. I'm sure a lot of guys in the Discord will appreciate that. So they have kind of this big thing here where it has the politics. It has all the royals. The art is very cute. This is I think it says salamander or something like that. So very, very cute art. Very well done. This is the best part right here. Tummy. Let's see here. Yeah, so it keeps going through all the countries. So you got the Kingdom of Asstoria, the federations, the republics, the empires, the kingdoms. They're all here. Harpy Island down here. So, and also all the empires have crests, which are really kind of neat. The Harpy one looks very Navajo. Well, I noticed of that. I mean, it's basically in the same yellow and red. It's very, very Navajo, New Mexican. So they definitely took some real life inspiration from some already established cultures, which is fine. I do the exact same fucking thing. What's cool is that they're talking about their money here. So in their story, their money is shaped like bullets, like for slings. So in case you're down to just your money bag, you can use your money as weapons. So it's called quarries. Quarries are shaped like sling bullets to work as last-ditch weapons for unlucky travelers. Which I think was pretty fucking cool. You know, the money is technically also a slug. They have things about crime and life and slavery in the world. I'm glad they didn't pull punches on slavery. A lot of books are too pussyfoot to really even touch on slavery. They say it's an abominable act, which is true, but it's a history of slavery and serfdom. So at least they established that it exists, because slavery will always be a thing. Don't be a giant pussy. Put it in your settings, all right? Because slavery will always exist in one form or another. Whether it's actual slavery, serfdom, indentured servitude, it's always going to exist, always. They have their history here, the War of Dethronement. They have a little bear person here, bear girl. Let's see here, the Subjugation Wars. That's right, the Slime Mimic War. Here it is. This is pretty cool here. Then 73 years after the ban in the year 1176, the first slime mimic wars commences. Slimes and mimics, creatures rarely seen and thought of as mere rumor or superstition, band together and wage war on humanity. As a result, the Cartographers Guild rebrands to the Adventurers Guild, with their cartographers becoming more like adventurers during and after the Subjugation Wars, saving people, taking quests, exploring, using their skills to aid in battles, on top of their job as cartographers. So yeah, basically it's a giant war against all the mimics and slimes. That's pretty cool. Post-war, present day, you got their factions. So they got all the factions here, the Adventurers Guild. They got the Magic Academies, the Covens, Demifauna. So Demifauna races. They have quite a bit. They have Arachna, which are basically spider people. They have Canids and Felinids, so dogs and cat people. Centaurs, the base people. Harpies. Lamia, which are, obviously. Merfolk. And Merfolk got an entire page, bro. God, there's some Merfolk sims on the dev team, let me tell you. Religions, they got the Black Scale, Church of Zequarius, Weave of Fate, all that fun stuff. They got all these aspects down here, all these little minor gods. Then you got character creation. Okay. So I'm not sure why they allowed the human faction. Of course, I outlawed human characters on my game, but I guess they kind of want to make it where everything was open. So in a book about demifauna or monster girls or monster races or other non-human races, usually you want to keep it purely on that aspect. But they included humans in case you want to be a boring basic bitch and play a human. It's there for you. All the races impart families. So you have aquatic, avian, mammalian, reptilian, and insectoid, and they all have a little bonus to it. And they have the human cultural bonuses. So humans don't get a demifauna bonus, they get a human cultural bonus. Then the stats and attributes, they use body, coordination, perception, mind, charm, spirit, and look. I am glad they kind of broke apart the strength, willpower, intelligence. That the games have been shackled to that shit for way too long. And thankfully they kind of broke it up. Of course my phone's on silent. Ugh. What a very professional review. So they got body for your health and endurance and strength, coordination for your dexterity, initiative, and dodge chance. They kind of roll in all these things into single attributes, kind of like I did. Perception, awareness, initiative, and empathy. Mind is willpower and intelligence. Charms, charisma, spirits, like handles your mana, magic potency, and luck just handles your luck. So Demifauna players have a total of 28 points to distribute throughout their attributes. I do like that. I prefer a good buy system, no dice rolling, just so you make your character how you want to do it. Yeah. So it's a point buy system to put into your attributes. Their stats are health points, which is basically they have a lot of math here, which I'm not a fan of. But their health is the health is basically formulated by level times 3 plus body times 2 plus mind plus spirit divided by 2 plus 30. And it's like, good lord, that's a lot of math to do just to figure out your HP. But I get it. A lot of folks like crunch. I get it. Action points. I like this. I like action points. Action points are good to have. It's better than the simple, you have an action and a movement. I hate those because it really just kind of binds your character. I guess it's great for really slow players, but I like having a breadth of action. And their AP pool is equal to their level plus 2. So basically, as you level up, your pool goes up. You have mana. Mana is used, it's kind of like an RPG kind of thing, or like a game RPG. I know it's an RPG, but your mana is measured how much magic you can cast before burning out. So this is how you kind of tap and use your spells as your mana. Dodge chance, initiative bonus, movement speed, critical success range, critical fail range. That's going to come into play later with the dice system. Magic pot. So basically, it's a potency and is a measure of a character's magical strength and is equal to their spirit divided by 2 rounded up. Magic versatility, healing rate, and carry weight. Just a healing rate, kind of how you naturally heal HP. They got skills. They got martial skills like unarmed, athletics, survival, leadership, great weapon smithing, that kind of stuff. They got arcane skills, faith skills, finesse skills, skill perks. Very skill based. I do like skills. I forget we have to go. I want that one. You know. Disciplines, starting wealth. Kind of a set, you know, like you get this many quarries. That's it. And it's a 1 to 10 to 100 kind of thing going on here. A character advancement, they do leveling up. And then when you level up, you get a level 1, you gain a talent, you get a talent, you get a boon. So they have it all kind of laid out here, things you get as you level up. Talents, boons, post 10 level up reward. So as you level up past 10, you get these little things here. There's their little rank system for their Adventurers Guild. There's a Destiny that you can use. So the gameplay. So how they do this is that they use a D10 system. So outside of combat, Dames of Asstoria uses a D10 dice system, where players roll a number of dice equal to their skill or attribute and succeed by having a minimum number of dice meet or exceed a target number. In this system, a die result of 1 or 10 is special. Each unmodified roll of 1 is a critical failure and negates the lowest success rolled. Rolling unmodified ones and not having an equal or greater amount of successful dice to the ones rolled results in a critical failure. Each unmodified roll of 10 explodes, meaning that an additional dice is immediately added to the character's dice pool, which allows for that big moment. I love that kind of stuff. This results in more chances to succeed or perform better. Any exploding dice that roll a 1 does not subtract any more successes. For example, Kadia the Lamia is attempting to lift a heavy rock. Her body is 4. The success target is 2. Success. Meaning that Kadia will roll 4 dice and must have 2 or more dice read 6 or higher. She rolls the 4 dice and gets a result of 1, 4, 6, and 10. The unmodified 1 negates the 6 she rolled, meaning that her only success is the 10. This would normally mean a failure. However, her roll of 10 allows her to roll an additional die, which comes up as a 6. With 2 results of 6 or higher, Kadia lifts the rock with some effort. If Kadia had instead rolled her 4 dice and got the result of 1, 1, 4, 7, Kadia would critically fail as she rolled more 1s than she had successes. So it's a really fun little system. I like how it's different. It's very hard to be different in the RPG space, you know what I mean? But I do like this. This is a very fun little system they have, where your dice are competing. Success scaling. While the dice system in Dames of Asstoria is intended to give the GMs flexibility in the difficulty of the game, it can be considered difficult to decide fair targets. For ease of play, we suggest the following target numbers based on the player's levels. Level 1 to 4, you need a 3 or higher. 5 to 7, 5 or higher, 2 target numbers, that kind of thing. So basically, it's having like a DR, they have a target. So instead of saying, hey, this thing is DR 25 for my game, or DC 30 for D&D, or whatever have you, they have, okay, you need a target of 2 6s, or you need a target of 10. You're trying to hit a target number, which is, which is very cool. I like that. And of course, there's modifiers. So say something's very easy. Hey, add plus 3 dice to this. If it's hard, you're fucking struggling. I like this as a way to kind of up the difficulty, if you will. I like that. It is optional, but I like that. And of course, if you can't stand the D10 system, you can use a D6 dice system. I like the fact they give you an option like, okay, if you hate D10s, here's a D6. So every motherfucker's got D6s. All right, if you're a war gamer, you got probably your weight in D6 containers. So I get that, but it's good to have, good to see. Initiative and combat sequence, same thing. You have action points. You use your initiative to figure who goes first. They have an ambush rule, which is nice. So say you're ambushing, you go first, and then you roll initiative. It's really nice. AP cost, so 1 AP to move. All that fun shit. I love AP. Basically, and also, and of course, they use a D100 for attacking. So for attacking and damage and death and all that, they use a D100 system. Now, if you don't know how to use a D100, you roll 2D10. So their D100 systems can still use the D10s you're already using for everything else. So if you have a handful of D10s, you can play Asstoria no problem. And when you're trying to roll a D100, what you do is you roll 1D for the big number and 1D for the small number. So say you roll the first one and it says 6. And you're like, okay, 6. Next one is a 1. That's a 61. Very simple. Very simple. Now, their calculating damage is a chunk and a half because their damage is base damage plus attribute plus skill plus number of dice. So like 6 plus bod plus small arms plus 1d4. So say you have a bod of 2, small arms of 4, it'd be 6 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1d4 or 12 plus 1d4. That's a lot of math. I don't like that. I don't like how they calculate damage. It's a lot of shit. But again, some folks like that crunch, some folks don't like that crunch. As long as you track those modifiers, you can already have it kind of preset. So say you know you have a bod of 2, small arms of 4. You can already have that already written down somewhere and quickly add that to everything else. You can do that. So say it's like, base damage. So say you know your base damage 6, and your attribute and your skill. You know that. Just write down that one number, have it circled somewhere or in a box somewhere. Then roll your dice and add that to the thing and have it already set. You can do that. You have to go through each and every click as you go along. Have the big number set up, add your dice to it. That'll cut that on time. Most folks will get kind of daunted by, oh my god, it's base plus attribute plus skill. You can already have it all preset up and go, okay, this one. Add your dice to it. You can kind of work your mind around it. They have lethal damage and non-lethal and stun damage. Good to have. Elemental damage. And then bleed damage. Always good to have bleed. And here's Pirate Potato's favorite kind of waifu. Spiders. I don't know why he likes them, but he does. Stealth, sneak attacks, death, damage over time, armor, dodge, chance and damage threshold, wounds, to hit modifiers. So the hit modifiers, I think it's like to like size and stuff. It's pretty cool. Say it's like size huge, it'd be like plus 60 to hit because it's fucking huge. So it's kind of nice to see this. They have this. Damage die reductions, oppose rolls, so they have item condition. So say something's perfect, it adds plus 2 DT. It was good. It's just something that kind of does. If it's used, it loses stuff. So it's actually all these conditions to all this stuff, which I assume you could actually go and fix if you wanted to. Here's a Felonid, I believe, Cheetah Girl. Many Ab. So piercing, slashing, blunt, padded armors, mail armors. It's all right here. It's all a complete book. Advanced combat actions. You got active. So you actually stack up dodge. That's pretty cool. So for every point of AP, you can stack your DC by 5 with dodge. So you actually make yourself harder to hit by throwing AP at it. So say you really don't want to die. You like for 5 AP, I'm putting plus like 25 DC on me to hit. So I kind of like that because you're rolling on a D100 to hit. You need to pump up those numbers. You know what I mean? So I like that. Aim, assist, break free, catch, called shots, chokes. They got a lot of shit here on chokes. Look at that stuff on chokes. That's a lot of stuff on choke. Disarm, flying tackle, parry. I like a good parry. Pin, prone, reactions, and reactionary. So a character may reserve up to coordination AP from their turn to instead use at another moment in reaction to a pre-specified moment. So there, I like the fact you can kind of store actions and use them. But see, mine aren't specified. They're specified. I like how they're. This is still very different from other games, though. We're actually quite parallel a lot of our shit, which is kind of good to see. Brothers and AP arms, but yeah. So this is still different from standard D&D or Pathfinder, or whatever hell have you. It's a good based AP system. Tackle, trip, multi-wielding, weapons. Using creatures as improvised weapons. That's good to see. I like that. Oh, goodness. Riding mounts. This is a strange owl goat chicken. And a bunny. A nog. Okay. So we have nogs and featherfoots. They have environmental hazards, falling damage, Helios damage, locks in environments, necrotic damage. Ooh, a bat lady. I do like bat ladies. They're pretty nice to see. Suffocation. Suffocation, a wife RPG game. Big think. Big thought. Exhaustion. I like this. Because exhaustion, you can have death. I like it. I like having exhaustion levels and stuff. Fall speed's interesting. Actually calculate your fall speed. Over encumbrance, starvation, diseases, a strange dog, sea slug, magic and spells. So they have magical burnout, which is good to see. There's actually a penalty for using too much of your mana. Scrolling down here, you can learn spells. There are 10. So during spells, more or less, there are 4 power levels to their spells, and I think somewhere on here it says how many spells you can know or something like that. It's basically you are taught these spells that require 4 hours of tutelage. You go and learn spells, which is good. You know, it's better to go and learn spells and to commit time than saying, "Oh yeah, you just know XYZ spell." I'm like, okay, thanks, I guess. So they got blessings, they got accoutrements. This is like a little dog paladin. I like this picture. It's a good picture. I like this. Very pretty. They have rules for enchanting. They what the fuck is this? I forgot about this. A 3-headed pet referred to as a Tresuri. Known for their mischievous and playful nature, a Tresuri's 3 heads act independent of each other and can often be seen trying to pull the creature in 3 different directions, leading to the cute, silly, and adorable antics it is adored and known for. It's like a leopard, gecko, ferret, cat. They got rules for alchemy, smithing, repairing, Cthulhu Raven. They have a wound chart. So say you get like a really hardcore wound, you can roll in the chart here. Concussions, broken nose, sprained wrist, broken arm, sprained ankles, hip bones, broken foot. It's all right here. You got frostbite and burn and system shock. Good to see. It's good. These tables are very handy for GMs, and not a lot of books put them in there. They also created their own diseases, and rock blisters sound fucking awful. Also, I like this little thing here. Very cute. Very cute. You have dead dysentery. That's an old throwback to Oregon Trail. I love it. You can't have dysentery and not have that in there. It's kind of part of our childhood. Very funny. I like it. Good job. Red River. Red River sounds, you think it'd be like, you know, about the womanly time of the month, but it's not. It's about a disease transmitted through the bites of wild chimera. This disease attacks the blood and its ability to coagulate, causing continuous bleeding from even the smallest of cuts. So basically, it causes your blood to not coagulate, which is pretty cool to see. And Red River. Pink Eye. I like how Pink Eye's in there. Rotting delirium, lung rot, parasites, widow bloom infestation, lock joint, donkey fever. I fucking love donkey fever. Donkey fever. I got donkey fever. That's funny. I like that. So it's all these little sicknesses. You also have insomnia. They got curses for you. You can go through all the curses. I liked one. Where is it? Something involves bones. Where is it? Explosive bones. Yeah. That's it. Your bones are going to explode. I like that. Explosive bones. Oh my goodness. It's a pretty funny curse. I like this. Also, man body. Man body is basically like you're being cursed to being turned into a human. You got all the traits. You got, head, antenna, better hearing, better nose, better sight. It's all here. So it's all the little traits you have from your little monster girl. And there are lots of pages of traits. Here's a moth girl again. Some guys are gonna see moth and feet and you're gonna lose their minds going wooga wooga. Yeah, But yeah, so it's moth girls, spider girls, centaur girls, cat girls, dog girls. They're all in there. Here are all the head traits. You got binocular vision, better nose, no eyes. So there are things here where it gives you I think these are all positives with slight drawbacks sometimes. Better sight, antenna. You got monocular vision, dark vision. You got a mane, and a mane gives you +5 DT versus, especially the mane protects your neck, which is pretty cool. You got horns, antlers. You got more eyes, just more eyes. Tongue Whip, which sounds interesting. Stronger Bite, Bad Memory. You got Half Sleep. Body traits are like Holding Breath. You got Endothermic, Marsupial Pouch, which is interesting. Thicker Hide, Musk Glands, which could be pretty funny. Camouflage, Sweat Glands, Eat Anything, Gills. These are all how you can kind of kit out your monster girl here. Leg traits, Snake Tail, 8 legs, arm. A domesticated farm chimera known as a grinning cow. The mood of this chimera upon the time of death greatly influences the taste and flavor of the meat afterwards. Interesting. Arm traits, thumbs, hands, 2 arms, retractable claws, mixed limbs, webbed hands, increased grip, claws, 4 arms, paws, flippers. I believe they say in their grappling rules that if you have more arms, you get a bonus to grappling, which is pretty cool. No arms. This is the picture of the capital. Miscellaneous traits. You got large framed, fight or flight, gifted, lion's courage, spell child. Here are all the skill perks. So you got all the skill perks here. Smithing, great weapons, arcana, history, alchemy, enchanting. They're all here. So you kind of scroll through and see that it's all kinds of. It's all here. You can kind of scroll through and create your monster girl in the book. Peerless heroine. Must be one of the. I think it's a boon. So arcane disciplines. This is all the spells. You got mage, scholar, bag mage, hexer, mystic knight, necromancer, shapeshifter. What is that? Bilge rats. Ugh. So yeah, they got all these things here you can go through. I'm trying to find all the art pieces. Yeah, there we go. I think that's part of the Harpy realm. Because they all have the Tapiti Isles. So they got all the little volcanoes on there. You got the finesse disciplines: acrobat, rogue, thief. And you see here these little things. Say you want to be an assassin. It says the requirements, the bonus. Then you have your abilities: assassinate, mark, slit, pilfer, and they have an AP cost and all these things attached to it. So each discipline or whatever have you is its own little. It's like a little class in a way. Which is, pretty cool. I like this. You can kind of go through and kind of like create your monster girl piece by piece. And I think they're all more or less, there are a few that are kind of the same-ish, but all have their own little niche they fit into. Skillful tongue on a seducer. Come on, boys. Oh, no, it's just about, speaking languages. It's about speaking languages, Garbro. Whatever you say, bro, whatever you say. You can't fool me. Witch Hunter. Another Lamia here. Let's see, Witch Hunter. Hunter of Mages and Magi. Servant of the Church, Bane of the Arcane. So you have Spell Break, Mana Drain, and Witchbane, right? Ooh, so you're a complete anti-caster. I like that. Let's see. Faith disciplines. Oh, yeah, so about Faith, Acolyte, Druid, Temple Guard, Cleric, Inquisitor, Monk, Paladin. What are the Paladin is? Let's see. Level 3, 6 bod. Must acquire a Faith or Martial. Okay, so all this. And you have Smite, Healing Touch, Rebuke, and Perseverance of Faith. Okay, cool. After being hit by an enemy with an attack that injures you with the Umbral or Helios element, your next attack against the enemy with the opposite element of which you were attacked with. Okay, so if you kind of answer with a opposite element, you gain 1d12 damage. Nice. Nice tit for tat kind of thing. You can probably spend all day going through all these things here. Shaman. Ooh. Wise woman. Berate, comforting word, brew of unlocked potential, and mother's fury. Your throwing base range attacks now gain plus 15 to hit. La chancla, flying at your enemy. I like this. That's fun. Very, very fun book. I will say one thing. This book is very fun. Witch Doctor, Blood Mage, Chaplain, Chaplain, Holy Incense, Holy Word, the good book, and Breath of the Father. Okay, that's pretty cool. Healer, Herald, Miracle Worker, Oracle, Templar, Zealot, Astromancer, Comet, meteorite, moon phase, and starfall. Oh, goodness. That's an interesting one. The Arthron Empire. Looks like Chicago on a good day. Or Detroit. The Pacifist. Peace Walker, calming aura, peaceful words, and learn our ways by force. Talents. I love Monkey Girl. Huh. Interesting take on a Monkey Girl. I like that. Bling. What is it again? Hold on. These are talents. With the bling, with the bling talent, you may equip 8 accoutrements instead of 5. Okay, that's funny. Plague Eater, Fleetfoot, Healer Grace. Oh, I see. It decreases your healing. Soul Channeling, Intense Training. So these are all your things you can also use to further out, kind of flesh out your character. Ooh. Boons. Here we go. A wee little mer lady. A lot of guys out there like mermaids. I don't get it. I don't get it. Each their own, I guess. Assistant. A small donation. Oh, so you can actually get money doing this. That's kind of cool. Fan club. Under the rug. Fanatical fan club. Horse and buggy. The party against a horse and buggy. Oh, nice. So these little boons. These boons can be small things or big things, it seems like. Or rowboat. Fortune 500. Information Network. Ooh, I like that one. Minor Nobility. Safe House. Noble Favor. Private Island. Sailboat. Destinies. I think the Destinies are like they're bigger things. Like we got the Master of Arms, the Archmage, the Unseen, the Archpriest. It's kind of like the Dame. Is it kind of like you're kind of getting towards like you're like max? Yeah. Here we go. So level 10. So these are the ones you get like at higher levels, like level 10, level 9. You're now kind of in your hero phase. Equipment. Look at that harpy. Look at her coming in. That's a pretty cute harpy, actually. That's a well done harpy. I like that. The wings are a bit different, but I think this is following the usual anime harpy. What's the word? Blueprint, I guess. I like the avian claws and kind of goes to about the thighs. I think it does. But harpies are so different depending on who's drawing them. I swear. This guy's fucked though. Let's see. Unarmed weapons. Antler, bite, claw. Oh, unarmed weapons. Nice. Shell tackle. What the fuck? Bare fist, tail bash. Ah, okay. Look at these little things here. Acestus. Moon knife. The moon knife seems familiar. You got all your targes. You got your iron tar, steel. So all these things level up. Small weapons. Toy sword. So you got all your weapons here. So weapons, lots of weapons, all kinds of weapons. Oh, Kopesh. Ah, nice. I like that. It's a bleeding weapon. Ranged weapons, blowgun, crude bows, crossbows, throwing knives, chakrams, poison bombs, longbows, talismans. Oh, things you wear. Okay. Chain lantern. Worn handbell, pram breeze, candelabras. A thurible. What the fuck's a thurible? Oh, an incense burner. Okay. You got your staffs, palm axe, sword staff. Wouldn't even call that a staff. It's more of a polearm. Great weapons. Pikes, pickaxes, chain whips, halberds, flambergs. Special weapons. Clemencies, reparations to... Oh, these are all named weapons. Light, so armors, light, gambesons. So all the stuff is here. All the stuff is here in this book. You can actually probably buy this single book and play an entire campaign if you wanted to, which is pretty good to see. I didn't do that because I got a lot of shit I gotta write and explain. All the helmets. Adventuring gear, lanterns, grappling hooks, backpacks, books. What's that? Little Market Street. Healing. Oh, okay, these are like your potions. Antidotes, bandages, healing potion. Okay, elixir of life. Very good. That's a pig locust. Okie dokie. Get your foods. Like, they go in extreme detail on this, from beer to foods to Nose rings. Toe rings. Wing ring. Tattoo. Tail wraps. Must be a Mer City. Gather materials. Dung. Just a pile of shit. Sea foam, herbs, mushrooms, ingots. Yeah, it's all here. Ooh, I like this. A caldera, mined for its metals. I like a little mining village there. That's pretty cool looking. I like that. Arrows, glass bullets. Glass bullets? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Glass bullet. Deals half damage plus 3d6 bleeding damage. Impossible to recover. I would say so. It's a bleeding bullet. How curious. Special rules, reach, stunning, active block, passive block, bashing. Ah, best girls. Best girls! Hell yeah, Centaur. Alchemy crafting, so you can craft your own antidotes, your own mana potions. It requires like one herb and beer. I like that. What's your mana potion? It's actually a way to get boozed. So you actually go through and figure out what you need to create stuff and do that in game. Smell concealing paste, dung, dirty water, and root. Okay. So it's all here, very in-depth. And a lot of guys probably love having this kind of shit, where they can make their own beer, eat grains, and clean water. It's pretty good to see. Advanced medicine, master medicine, smithing and crafting, machetes, glaives. You can make... Nice, harpy. Let's see here. Mods. Like balance, corruption. Okay, got you. So you actually modify your weapons. That's good to see. You can go in and modify the weapons you make. Nice. Custom fit. Kinky. Oh. You can make your weapons kinky or your armor kinky. Interesting. Interesting choice. I approve of it. Interesting choice. Plus D10 persuasion. That's pretty funny. I like that. Integrated body spikes. When grappled or grappling an opponent, this armor deals 2d10 piercing damage to the other creature once per grapple/grapple attempt. Nice. So you can basically make a bear suit. Let's see. Accoutrements, enchantments. Airwalking, exploding, fast foot, boundless youth, keen, mana pool, evading. So actually, you can actually mod out your weapons and armor, or whatever, or your, I guess whatever you want to here, and mod out whatever hell is to kind of keep boosting out your attributes or your particular actions. I like that. I like that. Spells. Here we go. Lots of spells. Lots and lots and lots of spells. Look at all those fucking spells, man. Look at that little girl there. Let's look at it. Maybe a cleric or an acolyte. So yeah, all the spells have a rank, a mana cost, duration, and range. I guess you simply have to go and learn the spells with about, I think it said 4 hours of learning, and you do a roll for it. So you want to learn Blade of Thunder, you gotta go and find someone to teach you that spell, which is pretty cool. I like that. And you can kind of keep track of it on your sheet. But yeah, they have all kinds of fucking spells through here. Defensive, offensive spells. Rank advanced, like Ice Javelin. Range, mana cost 3. Gotcha. Yeah, okay, cool. Defensive spells, Insult. Steel Heart, Toughen Hide, Bolster Armor, Wall of Air Protection, Wall of Wind, Spell Break. Manipulation spells, Arcane Mark, No Fly Zone, Floating Board, Phase, Sculpt, Spell Closet. Roots, Wild Shape, Change Temperature, Arcane Lock, Gills. Oh, you get someone Gills. Nice. Liquefy. Ooh. Polymorph, Teleport, Arcane Key, Kitsune. There's always a damn Kitsune wherever you go. You can't escape them, boys. They'll always be there, haunting your every move. Can't escape them. Can't beat them. Can only join them. Medicine spells. Clean, Fortify, Cure Poison, Sleep, Bolster. Oh, okay. So kind of like lesser healing spells. Revive. Breath of Primaria. Greater Restoration. Cure Heavy Wound. Perception spells. Oh, Identify, Locate. Okay, I got you. Worm. What's this? Oh, Detect Traps. Okay, we're still on that thing. Compass. This looks really digitized. You guys should have kept that. This is probably a very small picture you guys blew up. I would put that back to a smaller resolution. It looks really bad while blown out like that. You see like the jagged edges. On this one, I would have left that small. If y'all needed filler here, I would have used something else or made it a high resolution. Illusion spells, camouflage, flare, ripple, target, doppelganger. All the spells. All the spells. Harpy Hound. Nice. Helios spells. Holy magic. Okay. Bless water, quick step, fortify, spare the dying, lay on hands. Gotcha. This looks like... that looks rather odd. This thing. Compared to the rest of the art, this looks really bad. Like, the rest of the art's really good. This looks almost out of place by how bad it is. Umbral spells, clumsy, shadow bolt, decompose dead, spread the dying. Okay. Shadow stuff. Necromancy. There we go. Speak with the dead. Fear of death. Leech life. Wall of skeleton. Okay. Why cast wall of skeleton? Undead army. Interesting. Oh, this fucking... It's a... Oh, what are these called? Oh, it's a fawn? Yeah, fawn. I'm pretty sure it's called a fawn. Fawn centaur. Bestiary. So they have a whole bestiary back here that you can go through. So basically, it's all right here in this book. The bestiary goes for a while, I think. You can... And most of them, not all of them, have art. Some do, some don't. I think the major ones have art. This thing is terrifying. A box jellyfish wolf? No, thank you. Yeah, it's all these different things. War turtle. Jesus. That guy means business. Gobrin. Look at their... Globlin. Sorry. Look, they're globlinoids. Look at this. Look at this fucking dude. Globlin. I like that. That's funny. Boblin the Globlin. Trolls. It just says goose. It's just a goose. My goodness. This... Look at that. See, to me, this is like a normal Canadian goose to me. I see no difference. This is a standard Canadian goose to me. I see nothing different here. Venom spit. Oh my god. Goodness. Goose Lord. My god, they're leveling up. I forgot all about this. Goose Lord and the Goose Queen. Why'd they grow spider legs? Honk of destruction? Honk of despair? What? Oh my god. Behold the Goose Queen and her honk of destruction. That is... Again, I see a standard Canadian goose here. Do you guys see anything different here? I don't. That's what I see every day at the park. That is too funny. I like these. Goose. Goose Lord. Goose Queen. I like that. Mimic. Ooh. A small childlike chimera that can transform into objects roughly the same size. Okay. Apparently mimicking a child. That's terrifying. Seeker. That thing's pretty cute. Look at this little guy. A shroom cap. Look at the little guy. That guy's cute as shit. He's got a little backpack. He's got a little stick. I like this guy. I like him. Sinew worm. Interesting. Sinew worm queen. No, thank you. Snowwing. I thought it was like a griffin. Stride wolf. This is definitely an Ard wolf. Yeah, an Ard wolf. Oh, is it an Ard wolf I'm thinking about? Or is it a... No, a maned wolf. A maned wolf. They have the long legs, I'm pretty certain. Yeah. Just mit a ratatil. Wendigo, of course. You gotta have a Wendigo in there. Survivor Wendigo. Oof. Goodness. woolly scorpion. Oh, why is it friend-shaped? If it's a threat yellow, why is it friend-shaped? Druid familiar, Eldritch familiar, Mage familiar, Pet companion, Ranger familiar, Sentinel familiar, Shaman. Oh, they got all these familiars. Goodness. Undead, Trickster, Shaman familiars. Everyone's got familiar. Appendices, TLDR. Oh. So here's a TLDR at the end. This section exists as a recap. Made it through the book but have no clue what you just read? Then welcome to the too long didn't read. Okay, TLDR. Okay, this section is a quick breakdown and recap of the entire book with a lot of the jargon stripped out. Firstly, you will need to come up with the character. This is done by building your desired monster girl, choosing a demifauna family, and picking traits to flesh out her animal abilities. Once you've built your demifauna, you need to assign her attributes to her core statistics and assign her skill points to the desired skills. Once that is done, you need to pick a level 1 discipline and give her a level 1 talent as well as equipment for her to use. I like this. I like this. This is very, very bare bones how to do it. I like this. I like this. With your character built, you are ready to play. Skill checks in Dames of Asstoria. You need to capitalize your D there, brother. Because remember, this is your game name. It's Dames of Asstoria, so put your D capitalized. Use a D10 exploding success system. This means when you are asked to roll a skill check, you roll a number of D10s equal to your skill's level. To pass the skill check, you need a minimum number of dice to meet or exceed a target number. Not enough dice, and you fail the check. In this system, a die roll of 1 or 10 are special. Each unmodified roll of 1 is a critical failure and negates the lowest success rolled. Rolling unmodified 1s and not having an equal or greater number. So we know that already. So when the D won't explode, that kind of thing. During combat, we instead roll a D100, which is 2 D10s. To successfully hit your target, or you can buy a D100, but it's a fucking golf ball. Just use 2 D10s. To successfully hit your target, the result must roll higher than the target's dodge chance. Rolling under the dodge chance results in a miss. For opposed skill rolls, the target number is always 6, and the character with the most successes wins. In the case of a tie, the defender wins. Now with those things set, you're ready to begin your adventures in the world of Asstoria. So grab your dice and praise Aquarius. Do you have what it takes to overcome the impossible odds and be knighted a dame? Yeah, capitalize that dame, brother. Formula list. All little formulas you can use here. Glossary, all the action points, all the words. You got the index, which is not hyperlinked. I would somehow, because your first one's hyperlinked, I will hyperlink this as well. I need action points. Click, and off you go. So somehow, if you can, figure out a way to hyperlink this in your PDFs. I like the striped page notes. I saw this and got dragged back to the 90s so fucking hard, dude. Like just seeing this paper like this here, oh my god. Like old notebooks. Goodness. Yeah, and here's the end page. You got your puppy dog paladin, I guess. You got your spider girl warrior, and you got your merperson. I like how she's riding a crab. I was wondering how the hell a mermaid's gonna work, and I didn't realize that mermaids can just ride shit. They have a crab person or a crab or some other walkie type sea creature that can go on land, kind of cart them around. I thought that was pretty cool. And the last page, immerse yourself in Dames of Asstoria, a Monster Girl high fantasy role-playing game. God has sealed the surrounding lands marred by decades of destructive war, with all manner of foul creature and brigand prowling the unexplored corners. Above all, humans believe themselves superior. You take up the dun. Okay. Fix that, brother. You take up the role as a demifauna adventurer tasked with protecting the people, rediscovering lost relics, and diving headfirst into dangerous chimera-filled territory, all for a better life. The challenges may be tough, but you have your sisters by your side, and together you will receive fame and fortune. So grab your dice and praise Aquarius. Okay, so a lot of spelling stuff in here. Like you have a lot of weird ways you all type things. I'd recommend going through on the PDF. Unfortunately, you've already printed this out, which is why I'm waiting a whole year to print mine out before I do this. But you guys, this is on your back cover of your book, man. You got to make sure these things are crispy. So fix that. Overall, this game system is really interesting. I like the D10 system. I like how you're trying to roll successes. You have a target. All right, you need at least 3 6s for this, or you need 3 10s. And it kind of tells you how hard that thing is. Like okay, you sure, you have 4d10 to use, but it's difficult. So you have 1d10, your target is a 4. And like, oh, fuck, it kind of tells you how hard something's going to be. This is a complete book. Everything it needs inside here. I do like how they're doing this. I like how they kind of took their game into a fantasy game with an AP point buy system, AP action system, skill point buy system, AP action system with D100s. Really cute art. I love the Monster Girl art. That really good stuff. I would not have made humans a playable race, because if your book is based around monster girls and there's a huge war against the humans like, oh, don't include humans. Leave them out. Okay, make sure it is all about the main sauce of this dish, which is demi-fauna. And I would say just remove humans completely. I would not have done humans. I still don't do humans. But of course, this is their book and it's their Fandango. Definitely go through and rework a lot of your writing. A lot of the writing is really, really long-winded, as in there's no commas or periods, and it becomes really hard to read. And unfortunately, it's everywhere. So I would say definitely go back through your. So unfortunately, you can't fix your book version, and I know that very well. Everyone here remembers the elf saga we had, where or the E was capitalized in self in my books. I love the fact they have everything here, from crafting to alchemy to enchanting to imbuing. It's all right there. They did a really good job on making everything do something. Talents, boons, destinies, your equipment, all the crafting, the spells. I love the fact you have to learn spells. Like, actually take time in game to go and learn spells. I love that fact. I hate when players get handed shit. Go learn thing. Go seek and learn the spell you want to learn, all right? Don't just expect to be handed to you like D&D 5e. Yeah, you know this now. You just do innately. Hooray, high five. I love the fact they don't use spell slots. So instead of burning slots to do spells, you have mana. So you actually pump up your mana pool via, crafting or alchemy or imbuing or modifying, and you can have more spells and cast more spells. I love that. I use blood, they use mana. Theirs is a lot more classic to have a mana pool. So if you love like old style RPG, like you have an HP pool and a mana pool, you're gonna love this fucking game for sure. I love the fact that their bestiaries actually set in. Yeah, really good book. Besides the spelling mistakes and some of the art being hit or miss, really good book. I love the way they set up their system here. And a rating out of 10, it'd definitely be a 7.5 for sure, because it's different. It seems different and it feels different. They do magic differently. They do to hit and to wound differently. D100 skill, I like that. They use AP systems, so if you use an AP system for your actions, you're already a 6.5 in my book. Yeah, let's see. Let's pull out some pen and paper real quick while I'm here. Let's make a whole bunch of noise. It's gonna sound better in my recording, because why not? Okay, so let's actually go by the numbers here, gentlemen. By the numbers. So, Monster Girls. So we're gonna do it like this. So biggest thing, Monster Girls. Great, awesome. I love it. My whole fan base loves Monster Girls. Okay, it's just one of those things. We just like them. All right. The monsters on the outside instead of inside. So you got Monster Girls. You got a AP action point system. You have a mana pool system for casting magic. You have a system that you go and learn magic. You have to go spend in-game time to go and learn your spells. I love that. That should be fucking everywhere. I do it, they do it. So hey, they're kindred spirits. We's on good ground here. The art is really cute. It's vibrant. It's expressive. Like even on the cover here, You got Angie Harpy Girl. You got, very smug Centaur Girl and Snake. They have all kinds of crafting systems set out. So crafting, smithing, alchemy, making potions, imbuing, enchanting. It's all in there, which is great. They have all these kinds of cool little weapons. Skill buy system. There's no need to like try and roll and hope you don't roll like shit. You go, okay, I want that. You can actually make your character. I would say perhaps they should have some pre-gen sheets. Kind of people know, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, here's a pre-gen sheet. Psh, use this. I think that'd be a good thing to include. Their spelling and grammar and sentence structure. I mean, I didn't see any misspelled words, but they have to capitalize Dame, because Dame is a title not only of your book, but also a Dame is a kind of like a also like a class in this book where like, hey, you're not an adventurer, you're a Dame. So capitalize that Dame wherever it is. I saw a few of them littered through there that weren't capitalized towards the end. The back page, redo that sentence. A lot of sentences in this book need to be shortened so they're easier to chew through. If a sentence is too long, you're just, it's a slog to read. Not to say, just to read. I gotta sneeze. Fuck me. All right. All right, we're back. All right. Ow. Yeah, some of the art is really blown up. I would say shrink that back down. And art is okay being small. Art's supposed to be a simple page decoration. A lot of I think almost all of their races not the races. Their monsters are pretty original. You got the Goose Lord and Goose Queen. I love that. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, this is a really good book. It requires a little more polish, I think, on just their writing. Their writing is a lot more polished, because some of these sentences, boy, they will drag on, and some are too short. I'm not sure what happened, but some sentences are way too short, and they become combined with the next one, and others are just way too fucking long. I could probably go through it with them if need be, and kind of chew through it with them, but it all depends. Because some are just fine, like this one here. This is a pretty fine length, but others will just. I saw one, it went for like this long. I was like, what in the hell? I was like, this is all one sentence I was reading through. I was like, what the hell's going on here? So a little more polish on the writing. The art is lovely. Again, I keep saying that, but I love books with good art. But yeah, I think an appropriate rating for this book out of 10 would be like an 8.7. Yeah, definitely an 8.7. It's original where it needs to be, but still known enough to not get lost in the sauce. Like, everyone knows what a harpy is. Everyone knows what a monster girl is, and they don't try and push that too hard. This is all very familiar ground that a lot of folks can deal with. You got mimics, you got slimes, you got monster girls, harpies, lamia, centaurs, merfolk. It's all very common ground, which is very good to have. At the same time, they put enough of a twist on it to where it's still fresh. It's a nice fresh take on a well-known subject. Their lore is pretty hit and miss. A lot of the things I'm like, okay, I get it. But like, I love the Mimic Wars, but the other wars are, I was like, okay, standard racial biases. It's fine, but it's not like mind blowing, Yeah, I would say definitely an 8.7. I think the one thing that definitely sets this game apart is their dice system. I know there are other D10 systems out there, but I think this one's the most neat. I like how 1s remove successes and 10s generate more dice. I like that. I really do. I like that it's a target, not a DR or a DC. Yeah, okay, you need to get at least 2, 3, or 5, or 1 of this number. I like that. That's pretty cool. It's very simple too. Right? Okay, you need 2 10s for this, but you have 5 dice. Roll them up. And see what you get. It's very quick, very quick. I like the where was it? Oh, the to hit. So the D100. So it's basically that versus your DC dodge chance. I like that. So basically, you're just trying to see who can roll the highest on that. And yeah, I think that this is definitely an 8.7. So good book, requires a lot of work on its grammar and writing, and just it might be their style, but like especially on that back page, that's a big flub. Where is it? Like this back here. Come on, this is a big flub. Fix that as soon as possible. Please fix that. So I think I meant to say you take you take up the roll and you don the roll, and they kind of just put them together. I can see how that would happen. I do that, but I usually catch it. But yeah, so just fix that for sure, because that's by your beautiful art, and it's just kind of like ugh. Because if someone's going to grab your book off a shelf, they're going to look at the front and the back first. I've watched people at libraries for years, and Barnes and Nobles, they pick up the book, they look at the front, and look at the back. And they're going to see that. Before they ever open your book, they're going to see that and read that and go, man, what a fucking mess. So fix that as soon as possible and get that and fucking get that done. But yeah, so I know one of the creators is in my DMs. If the rest of you want to get a hold of me, I have my email, or hit me up give me a request on Discord, no problems, and we can discuss things, and I'll kind of show you what I saw in the book that needs fixing besides that back page. But yeah, 8.7, excellent game book. They got about $12,000 on Indiegogo. Well done. That's a good feather in your cap. Now, no matter what I say, what people say, remember, you made a product. You guys, this Nick Moonhoof and Zaquan and Levis, editors. So literally, you guys made a product. Okay, you got a product out there. You got it done. You got money. Made the product. This is a feather in your cap. No matter how many problems you have, you did it. And take pride in the fact that you made something that's good. Y'all made something that's really good. Does it need fixing in a few places? Yes. But you guys made a good product. And take pride in that fact. No, you and I aren't getting, $900,000 on Kickstarter because you're sucking the right toes, but we still made something. You made something. Take pride in the thing you made. 8.7, good book. I recommend people buying it after they fix things, preferably. And yeah, that's my review. Garbro out. Have a good day.